Hi, my name is Hughes. I'm a DiMarzio roster artist, member of the National Guitar Workshop and Guitar Workshop Plus faculties, 27-year private instructor, and 40-year guitar player. Since being kicked out of every music store around the Seattle area since I was a boy, I've seen a lot of products come and go. And guitar players tend to be a kind of obsessional lot. I know, I am one. We're always obsessing about our tone, whether it's woods that our instruments are constructed from, different fret wires, materials, different strings, picks, pickups, cables, pedals, amps. The chain seems endless. However, no one's really taken a good hard look at one of the primary tone production items in our instruments, and that's the actual tremolo block assembly that goes inside the instrument. My partner Frank Ward and I, after spending about 2 years in research and development and testing between 70 and 100 different prototypes, have come across something that we know that we'd like to share with all guitar players everywhere: the patented Resonari tone block replacement system. For a long time, everybody just looks at your tremolo block in the back of the guitar and says, well, you know, that thing's there just to hold the springs. Well, Mr. Ward and I have actually undertaken a detailed study of what it is that it actually does, and have come up with something that really enriches the low-end response of the instrument, really focuses the mid-range and really makes it punch harder, and clarifies the top end. In general, it expands the tonal range of your instrument, doubles your sustain, and at least doubles your overall output volume, even acoustically, because you cannot shut off the item. It's a wonderful thing that I know that I can't live without, even if I had no affiliation with the company. So, without further ado, let's check out some of our test models to see exactly what the Resonari system does. For the comparative purposes of the video, we'll be using two identical off-the-rack Fender Stratocasters made in Mexico. The first one that we'll plug in has no Resonari equipped in it. The instrument itself is completely stock, the pickups are completely stock. There have been no changes to this instrument whatsoever. So we'll use one of my favorite chords as a test chord for the demonstration purposes. We'll use an E major add 9. Once again, the instrument is completely stock. So, let's give it a listen. Once again, it's a very pleasing sound, the sound that the Strat has made famous, but the only string that's continuing to ring at all in any way, shape, or form is the low E. The top end and all the sustain from the other notes has completely tailed off. Now we'll swap to an identical brother model. Once again, all the electronics are exactly stock off the rack, but this one has the Resonari unit installed in it. Once again, same chord, same pickup selection, played exactly the same way. This time around, all the notes are sustained equally for a much greater and much longer time. Plus, the overall output volume is approximately double. Now, let's hear a blues progression on each instrument, just to hear the differences there. So we'll swap back to using our red non-Resonari equipped instrument. And we'll just play some blues licks and some riffs in A. Now we'll hear it with the blue instrument that has the Resonari installed in it. comment number 2, you can hear that the blue instrument, which is still sustaining by the way, has a much larger, rounder, fatter sound to it. I know that when I've switched back and forth between guitars that I own personally, with and without Resonari units, I always notice the ones that don't have it and immediately miss having it in there. Now for the second phase of the comparison, we'll switch over to a couple of identical Ibanez 1570 models. Both made of basswood, both with the same neck construction, and both with the same sets of virtual PAF pickups, both in the neck and bridge positions. We'll use the neck position in both for, once again, the E major add 9 chord test and a little playing demo after that. So, here's your E major add 9 with the non-Resonari equipped model. As much as I love the guitar, it's just got no top end to it. The bottom end and mid-range are fairly pronounced, but the playing strings disappear instantly. Okay, so we'll swap over and try the other one with the Resonari in it. Once again, same chord, same neck position pickup, same everything else. This one comes across like a grand piano, where the other one sounds like a toy piano. Once you've had the grand piano, there's really no going back. So let's take this for a run, once again, in a sort of blues situation, so we can get a timbral difference between the two instruments. Same pickup selection, simple blues and A. So you can hear how fast this one drops right off. Once again, we'll swap over, do the same thing. Same pickup position, nothing is different. From this one's almost so large it's causing the amp to distort. I'd have to roll back the gain a little bit to take that away. And the notes are still hanging on. So, the Resonari will be available at Resonari.com. Feel free to check the site frequently, as updates are in the works right now. Different materials, different structures are being played with. We have a lot of great ideas that we haven't yet implemented. So, when you get a chance, check us out. And remember, put a Resonari in your guitar and play till your fingers hurt. Thanks for shopping. Thanks for coming.